I can be related to you, but not have relations with you. Just because we are born from the same mother or you are my relative, it doesn't mean that you have to be part of my life or you and I have to be friends and go for dinners and coffees and all the things that friends do. You are my blood, but it doesn't mean that I am obliged to include you in my life. Thank you. So firstly, one has to recognize boundaries in relationships. Just because someone is family or someone close, it doesn't mean they always need to be deeply involved in every part of your life. We can share a bloodline, history, or even a friendship, but healthy boundaries are essential for mental well-being. It's okay to be connected but not intertwined in every detail of each other's lives. Understanding and respecting these boundaries doesn't mean we're pushing people away. It means we're taking care of ourselves and setting a respectful space in our relationships. Sometimes you need to actually keep some people far away from you, love them from afar in order to actually protect your own mental well-being. Unfortunately, society sees this as someone who does not like family, someone who does not value blood is thicker than water. I'm one of those people. I don't value blood is thicker than water. That does not mean anything to me except that it is scientifically true. You have to protect your peace. Not all family or close relations contribute positively to our mental and emotional health, and that's okay. We might share a bond, but if spending time with someone drains or overwhelms us, it's okay to step back just a little bit. Protecting your mental space is a form of self-love. You can still care for people without letting their issues affect you directly. I will listen to your issues, I will hear your issues, but I will not let them affect me. It's possible to love someone and still not let them occupy too much of your emotional energy. Now, the problem with that is society sees people who do that as people who don't care about other people. But when you take all your time to care about other people's emotions and what's happening in their lives, you neglect your own life. Therefore, you are pouring from an empty cup. And some people, you might give them the love and support that you think they deserve, but they don't give it back to you because they don't think you deserve the same thing. So you need to protect your peace. Stay true to your own path. Everyone has their own journey. And sometimes we have to walk parts of it alone, even if we are related to or care deeply about someone. Everyone has issues of their own that they have to deal with on a daily basis. Now, do not expect someone to be taking care of your issues because now they don't have the capacity to take care of their own issues. And sometimes the journey that I choose does not involve any family members in it or does not require a family member to be involved in it. So that means I want to walk that journey on my own. So don't persecute me for choosing that route. Being in someone's life without being emotionally tied into their choices, dramas, or expectations can allow you to grow as an individual. Remember, you're not responsible for carrying other people's burdens just because they're close to you. And by other people, I'm also including parents. There's a lot of you who are actually going through a lot because you want to make your parents happy. Yes, I understand they are your parents, but you are not obligated to be taking care of them. For example, your mother or your father might come to you now and say, I can't do anything for myself while I have children. Before I became an adult and you thinking that I can take care of you, how did you survive? The same way that we are surviving as 40-year-olds, as 38-year-olds and above, is the same way that our parents should be surviving because they were our age at some point. So we tend to neglect ourselves in order to make our parents happy. In the same time, you wishing when are they going to go so you can start living your own life. So you need to make them understand how you also have a life of your own. When you cannot assist, you cannot assist. You can only assist when you have the ability, the capability, and the resources to do so. They will fight you in the beginning, but eventually they will understand. And you need to let your parents know that showing love does not have to do with money. Okay. They used to tell us, you will you buy those labels when you work in. But we never thought that they don't love us. We took that and decided, okay, fine, let me work so I can actually buy those labels. So people should stop actually catching feelings when people express themselves and when people start caring about themselves. We're living in a woke nation right now. We cannot be acting like the 90s or the 80s. We're living in the 20th century, 21st actually. So we cannot be living backwards. So our parents need to adapt to the lives that they belong. No, we have adapted to those lives. Reina, the millennials, have adapted to the 2000s lives because we understand what we cannot be treating these children the way we were treated. They woke. They're not going to accept that. Oh, they do not accept it at all. Sometimes the healthiest relationships are those with a bit of respectful distance, where each person is free to follow their own path without feeling weighed down. Family members always feel like they have a right to tell you how to live your life because they knew you before you were even born, some of them. Or some of them knew you while you were still actually wiping your nose like that. Okay. So they find it very difficult to accept the fact that you have now grown up and you are your own person, and at some point you are better than they are. So sometimes following people that are your blood, it's the same reason that's actually bringing you down in life. You need to sit down and look at this is what I'm trying to do. What are the obstacles that I'm coming across in my plans? And then if those obstacles include your family, regardless of who it is, you need to remove the obstacle. Hence, it's called an obstacle. Now, we tend to ignore those obstacles because blood is thicker than water, and then you delay your own success, and then you complain for those who pray to say, but God, I pray every day, you don't answer my prayers. God is answering your prayers, but you decided to keep the obstacles in your way. You are your own person. Your life, your future, your destiny is not determined by anyone. No one has the power to define who you are. No one, including the mother who birthed you and the father who actually gave your mother his sperm. So you are your own person. Start thinking about yourself and stop believing that blood is thicker than water means that you should never turn your back against family. Sometimes it's best to love people from afar. Just because I'm related to you doesn't mean I should have relations with you. Go get yourself friends.